Hi, this is APS EdTech's video on how to use Flipgrid. Flipgrid is an amazing tool to help engage students. Students can create videos, have comments and discussions based around videos that they create, and you as a teacher can use it to create videos also. The first step is to go to flipgrid.com. If it's your first time, you're going to do educator sign up. Make sure you sign up with Google and choose your APS email. If you've been to Flipgrid or you created an account before, then you can just click the login button and make sure you log in with your APS email address. Once you're in, your page is going to be set up like this. Up at the top, you've got your groups. These are your classes. Topics. These are the assignments that you've posted. Up at the top here, you've got a button for discovery, which is like their library of other Flipgrid assignments or topics that you can look through. Shorts, which are videos that you, the teacher, can create to share with your students. And then your avatar. And you can actually go into your profile and change your avatar if you would like to upload a photo. You can change your information, your email address, password, all that good stuff. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to your groups and create a group. This is your class for your students. Click on the blue plus group sign. Give your group a name. You can change the theme. It pulls up one of their many interesting photos. There's a lot of different types of backgrounds you can choose. Click the Add button. Choose how you want your students to join. The quickest way would probably be Google Classroom if you're using Google Classroom. You'll have to sign in with Google to find your classes, but then once you're signed in, you have a list of all of your Google Classrooms, and all you have to do is click the name and then create the group, and that will add your students from your classroom to your Flipgrid class. If you're not using Google Classroom or you'd like to do this in a different way, another easy way is to go to the email button, type in just the end of the APS email, so at aps.edu, and that will allow any student or staff with an APS email address to join your class. You can also upload a CSV file of all your students' emails if you've got that pulled up. You can also add students by username. So you can add them by their first and last name and then give them a username. This is a way to do it so that students don't even need an email address to join your class. So however you decide to add your students, either by email, username, or Google Classroom, you decide how you want them to join. Before you click Create Group, you can also go back up to the top, click on the settings. Some settings you have to change are whether or not you want this class to be active or hidden. You can change this later if it's a class you no longer use. By hiding it, it would no longer be available for students to see, but you still have access to all of your Flipgrid assignments, your topics. You can also set notifications. Do you want to be notified daily, weekly, every new video and comment, or never from Flipgrid when students have submissions? You can also allow for notifications between students so that they can see notifications also at that same frequency. Once you've got your details and settings completed, you're going to click on the blue Create Group button, and now it should show up on your home page. Also, you've now got a website link here that you can share with your students. So you can see students by student list if you've added them by email or by username. You can copy this code. You can actually go to Google Classroom and share it as a post in your Google Classroom. Choose which class you want it to show up in. Choose if you want it to be an assignment, a question, an announcement, or a material. Click Go, and then it will automatically allow you to add it to your Google Classroom with that link. You can send the code through Remind if you use Remind. You can get an embed code. You can even print a QR code. So there's a lot of ways for you to get this code for your Flipgrid group to your students. If you just copy this link here, you can then share it with your students through email, Classroom, Seesaw, however you interact with your students. Every Flipgrid classroom group will be set up the same way. You will have the Hello I Am as an automatic topic that is added to all classrooms. If you don't want to see that topic, you can click on the active button and make it hidden so that students won't see it. It's just a nice topic set up so that students can introduce themselves. You can view your members here. I've got my members pulled over from my Google Classroom. You've got your topics here. You can always view it as a member and click on this button, and then this will give you an idea of what your students are going to see when they log into Flipgrid. So it's nice to check it out and make sure that it looks the way you want it to for your students. For your group, you can always edit with the three little dot button. Edit the group. Add co-leads is how you're going to add a co-teacher. You just need to enter their email address and then send the invite, and it will send them an invite email to add them as a co-teacher to your class. You can then add another one. So you can have as many co-leads as you want. This is great for if you work as a department, if you work as a grade level, you can have one Flipgrid group for all of your students if you're interested. Under the three little dots, you can also hide the group so that it's no longer visible to students. You can duplicate it, which is nice if you teach multiple periods of the same content, set up one class and then duplicate it for others. You can delete it, and you can export the data. This actually creates a spreadsheet with all of your topics and all of their responses. Each response gets its own individual link. So this export data can be great if you want to save all of the links to all of the videos in one easy to see place. Once you've got a group set up with your students in it, the next step is to add a topic. You can click on the blue plus topic button here and then create your topic fresh. So if you know what you want to do, add a title, write out a description about what you want students to accomplish in their video. This is a new tool. You can actually bold, italicize, underline, add a hyperlink, or clear formatting. So you can add some formatting to your description here. Give them directions just like you would any other classroom assignment. Underneath, you can add information to your topic, including importing an image saved to your computer. You can add your own video and record a quick video. Whenever this pops up here, and students need to be aware of this also, you do need to make sure that you allow Flipgrid to access your microphone and camera. Otherwise, you or the students will not be able to film the videos. So you can add your own video directions attached to the topic assignment. You can add a Bitmoji Giphy sticker. It's only one. You're only allowed to attach one. But you can see there's all sorts of different stickers with different types here. These are specific to Flipgrid and they're awfully cute. A Giphy would be a GIF, so you can search here and see what's available. So I typed in English and it's pulling up England instead of the subject area. So just be careful how you search for it. And then if you use Bitmojis, you can upload a Bitmoji of yourself. Log into Bitmoji and then pull in your Bitmoji from there. These are just nice to have a visual for students, something to look at so that they know like what kind of assignment it is. You can find a person. So there's a lot of different choices here. If you're doing music, I'm going to add a monkey just because, why not? And then you have to add it down at the bottom. For recording time, you can choose anywhere from a 15-second to a 10-minute video. So this is actually a really long time for students, so be aware of how long you want your students to be recording for. Give them plenty of time to do the assignment that you're giving them, but not so much time that it feels overwhelming. If they see 10 minutes and they talk for 2 minutes, they might blabber on for an additional 8 because they're worried that they're not doing enough. So think about how much you actually want your students to speak. At the bottom here, you can add an attachment. So if you've got a link to a website or a document or a slide deck that you want them to view before they do their video, you can add the link here and then what display of text. So what's the link going to say? So that's nice to add attachments to the assignment for them to view. If you scroll back up to the top, there's additional settings that are not required, but you're welcome to look at before you schedule it. You can mark a topic as active, view only, which means they can see it, but they can't respond, or hidden, which means it's only viewable by you and any other co-teachers. You can schedule it, which is a nice feature if you know that you want to start an assignment and then have them finish the assignment by a certain day. You can do moderate videos and comments. This is a nice choice if you've got some stinkers in class who might post inappropriate videos and you don't want the whole class to see it. Moderated videos means that you see them and approve them as a teacher before they're available for other students to see. If this is toggled off, all videos will automatically get posted to your Flipgrid group and all students can view each other's videos. So determine if you need to moderate your videos or not. For comments, you can decide if you want students and you, the teacher, to be able to add comments to a video, either through video and text, video only, text only, or no comments. I like to leave this turned on for video and text comments. You can give feedback to your students by typing out a comment, or if it's quicker, you can record a really quick video of you giving your feedback and your reaction to your students' videos. Closed caption is set up for United States English, but you can actually change it. This is nice if you've got ELL students or foreign language learners in your class, and then you can switch the closed caption so that they can read in their home language while viewing you give a video or others give a video in English. So this would be great for ESL teachers or foreign language teachers to switch to help them practice their reading skills in their other language. For responses, you can allow students to attach a link, to like other videos. You can allow students to download their videos and share. If you've got kids that are bullying, this might be a good one to turn off so that they're not sharing each other's videos. And you can choose if you want to display a view count or not. Some kids get competitive. You might want to turn this off if they're using it to make fun of each other. For the camera, you can choose here, and you might have students who take advantage of all the features in Flipgrid and get a little crazy. You can allow, by toggling on or off, the essential tools, which include text, drawing, photos, stickers, frames, and boards. You can allow them to use sticky notes while they're recording. And then these might be the ones that are a little bit more distracting. Lenses, filters, GIFs, and backgrounds. Students might get too distracted by these and end up wasting all their time instead of filming their videos. So keep these toggled on or off depending on how much they're using these options. A guest password, you can turn this on and then add a password of your choice. This is a great way for parents or guardians or administrators to join your Flipgrid topic and add their own videos or view videos, but it keeps it safe so that it's not just out there in the internet for anybody to find. So you can add a guest password here and then email this password to parents and say, hey, we'd love to hear what's happening at home, and parents can create their own video and upload it from home. So these are all the different settings when you're creating a topic, but you must make sure you at least have a title, a description, and then a set recording time. As long as you've got that, you can go into the settings. You can also go in and edit at any point and decide if you want to change any of these at any time. Once you're done, you can go ahead and go down to the bottom and click Save to Group. And now you've got another link for this specific topic or assignment. So you can share your group with your students. You can also share individual topics. So this is great. Then you can just go into Classroom and add this as an assignment in Classroom to share with your students, or copy the link and post it to your Seesaw assignment, your website, email, however you're sharing your information with students. So now that the topic is set up, I can see that there are 0 responses. So if you want to practice this before giving it to your students, you can always go into Member View and see it from a student's perspective. So if I go back to my group, right now I can see that there's only the one topic. If I refresh that, I now see that there's 2 topics below. So this is what your students are going to see. Now they can see the assignment that I called EdTech Practice. What your students are going to do is then click on Add a Video, and it's going to pull up the camera. And I look funny right now because I'm recording this also, but I promise when you take a video, it looks normal for your students. Some of your options here before creating a video is that you can do mic only, which turns off the camera. You can do video mirroring so that it looks correct to the student. So that's helpful if you've got words in the background. You can mute. You can just do a screen recording, which is new and really nice. So then you can have students pull up their school assignment and talk through their process of how they did it, show a poster and explain their poster, make a Google Slides comic book and then narrate the comic book. There's so many screen recording ideas you could do. Under options, you can also check out the device settings or upload a clip. So if they've created a video in another type of tool, like Screencastify, they can upload it. Under effects, this is where kids can get really crazy. There's all sorts of filters, similar to Snapchat or something like that. Some of them are a little wild. So if you've got kiddos who are shy and don't like being on camera, some of these filters might help them feel more comfortable. The Minecraft one is kind of fun. You can always turn off the filters too if it's becoming distracting. Under effects, there's also a text tool. So you can choose what style of text you want and then type in the box, the color of the text. So really you can have a lot of fun with this. If it's too much and you don't like the text anymore, you can click on it, move it, decrease or increase it, or trash it. Some other tools students can use are the board. This is really nice. They can set up like graph paper or lined paper. There's a bunch of different boards here. And then either they can use the text tool or the pen tool, change the thickness of the pen, change the color of the pen, and then they can actually show their work. So they can talk through their process while they show their work. So this would be really nice for math teachers who have a hard time determining whether students are actually doing the work or just copying it from their internet or their friend. Hearing them with their thought process can be really nice. You can add stickers. You can see how kids can go really crazy with all this. Just like the text boxes, you can move it. With the frame, you can add a frame around the edges. I mean, look at how crazy this is starting to get. You can add a GIF. There's a whole lot here. So students could spend a lot of time determining, I got to put Shaq on here. There we go. Students can spend a lot of time with this. So you can turn off these features when you create your assignment if they're having too much fun. You can add media, so they can add their own video or image file. So if they've got something saved to their device, not just what Flipgrid has. And then there's also backgrounds. Let me turn off some of these other effects. So to turn off anything, you just click on the type, like the board, and then you click the little clear board, clear frame. That'll get rid of some of it. You can hit the backspace to delete items. The text, unfortunately, it's each individual piece, so that's a lot of deleting. So just make sure that your students know what's expected of them before they get started. Otherwise, they'll waste a whole lot of time. But the backgrounds are new. This is really nice for students who maybe are filming at home and don't want to show what's happening behind them. They've got distracting things, little brothers and sisters. So then they can place themselves in the background of their favorite thing. So there's a lot of choices here. Two more tools. You can view the directions here by clicking on the title at any point, and it will pull up whatever directions and links you have. They can also write a sticky note and add notes for themselves. So they can keep those. Maybe they want to have some notes of what they're going to talk about before they talk about it. That might help them feel less nervous during a presentation. Oh, these are new too. So you can actually move yourself so you can see. So once they've done playing around with all the options and effects, they're ready to film. You click the white button here. It's going to give you a little countdown, and then it's going to start filming. This is my video where I talk about my assignment. I'm going to keep talking. Up here, I can see that the bar is moving to tell me how much time I have left while I talk. As I'm talking, I can also show the topic again. show the sticky note again, or add effects or options or backgrounds as I talk. When I'm done talking, I'm going to hit the stop button at the bottom here. All right, now that they're done with their video, they're going to click the next button. This is my video where I talk about my assignment. I'm going to keep talking. You can see as you go through it, they can actually move it and check at any point. They can watch their whole video. They can actually add more if they need to go back and add to their video. So maybe they forgot to talk about something, they can add that on at the end. Another really cool new feature that they can add is music. Flipgrid has a bunch of instrumental music to add to the background. You can see there's a ton here. They just click they've got silly names. These are all, free to use music. They're not going to get their cool music on here. But they can just click the plus button. This is my video where I talk about my assignment. And so they can hear that music in the background, which adds to the quality of the video. It might also make them feel less shy because some kids don't like talking, and so that music might help them fill the noise, fill the void. Once they're done, they've got their music if they want it. They've gone back and added more if they need to. They've checked it out, they like it. They click next. They can add a link if they need to link to their assignment for some reason or a website. They can add a description if they would like to. They can add a selfie so it pulls from the video, but they can also select an individual frame if they're like, I'm making a funny face there. So they can pull a frame for their selfie. They can take a selfie. There we go. That's better. They can upload their own photo. They can even add a name tag. So you can add a name tag with your name. So this little picture here, that's what's going to show up on the assignment under submissions. So they might want to make sure that this is good, something that they want to share and not them making a funny face in the middle of their video. When they're ready, they're going to click the blue submit button. Depending on the length of their video, it may take a while to upload. Then students can click on this tiny blue link that says myflipgrid.com and view their videos. Students are allowed to delete their own videos and download their own videos. They may not delete or download anybody else's video. When they're ready, they're going to click done. And now I can see under this topic that there is a video that has been submitted. I marked this one as a teacher as moderated, so it's not going to show up for other students until I approve it. So as a teacher, what I do once my students have submitted videos, now I can see in my class that there is a submission. So as your students make their videos and submit them, they'll all show up down here at the bottom. They're going to be marked as hidden until I, as a teacher, moderate them, view them, and decide that they should be active. So you don't actually have to watch the video to mark it active if you know that that kiddo did a good job and you don't need to worry about it. If you've got kiddos that are turning in videos that may be potentially inappropriate, obviously you want to watch it before you mark it active. Once it's marked active, as a student, now it shows up here as a video and they can actually watch each other's videos. So what a great way for students to learn from each other. As a teacher, when I'm ready to watch my student submissions, I'm going to click on the image of the video or the name. This is my video. And now you can watch your students' videos. Underneath the video, you can add your comments, give them feedback. You can choose if your comment is going to be public for other students to view or private just for the maker of the video to view. I'm going to make that one private and I'm going to send it. So now I know that's a private comment that only the creator of the video can view. You can actually click the blue record button and record your own feedback as well. You can also decide if you want to give it a heart, so it's got a like. You can share the video if you wanted to. Maybe you have students that are creating videos for open house and you need to share these with their parents so that they've got how that works. So there's a lot of reasons why you might want to share a student video. You can click the three little dots and you can edit their video, add to a mixtape, which is just like an old school mixtape. You can create a mixtape with videos from different locations. You can move it to another topic if it's for some reason been submitted in the wrong topic. You can duplicate their video. You can pin it so it's easier to find later. Delete it if you need to. I would personally not delete many videos. I would mark them as hidden so that the students won't see it, but then keep the video in case I need to turn it in as evidence. You can download the video or download their cover image. You can edit the closed captions. The closed captions are great. All you have to do when you're watching the video is click on closed captions, and they'll show up here once they're processed. The longer the video, the longer it takes to process them. Students can actually add their own captions if they've got a script that they're working off of. So if you've had students record scripts, they can add those. Otherwise, it uses the same process that YouTube does to find automatic closed captions. And so what you might want to do as a teacher is go in and edit the captions if that closed caption algorithm gets a few of their words wrong, or if it's in a foreign language and they don't understand them. So you can go in and do that yourself. So that's how you view a student submission once they've turned in a submission to your topic. You can always go back to your groups at the front here and view all your groups, view how many assignment responses you have to look at. You can mark any of your groups as active or hidden very quickly. So when you're done with that, you can mark it hidden. You can edit the groups. You can even share the group very quickly if you need to share that group with another class or parent or a new student who shows up. When you sync with Google Classroom, it should automatically pull in new students from your Google Classroom. The other things that you can do with Flipgrid is use the Discovery button. This is great if you don't want to create all your own assignments and find what's already out there and being used. How Discovery is set up is that there's topics for you. These are ones that the Flipgrid algorithm thinks you might be interested in. They've got featured ones. There's topic of the day and wonder of the day, and you can click view on any of those. You can browse subjects. So if you know that you're interested in a specific subject, you can click one of these buttons. They've partnered up with some organizations, and so you can click on those and find partners that they work with. There's inspiring creators down here, featured collections, and then all the way at the bottom are all 40,000 plus topics that people have uploaded to Discovery. So you can actually search by subject here. So let's do digital citizenship for elementary aged kids. And it will automatically start finding topics for you. And then once you've got your list of topics, you can scroll through them, see which ones look interesting. Any of them that you're interested in, you can click on it. See, here's one in Spanish. You can view what has been created, and then you can actually add the topic to one of your groups. So once you find one that you like, you can share it if you want to copy the link, or you can click the plus add topic button, and then you can add it to your groups. You can save it for later and bookmark it, or you can create a new group with this topic. So if I wanted to add it to a group, a class that I have existing, I just click this, select which group I want to add it to, and then save to group. And now I've assigned this topic to my students. So how quick and easy is that? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can find what's already out there and take the assignments that have already been created under Discovery. Shorts would be short videos that you create for your students. These are not attached to an assignment, so these would just be videos you want your students to watch separately. So just like filming any other video, you would click the plus short button and then create a video. You have access to all of the same backgrounds, drawing tools, music. All of those tools are available for shorts, just like they are in a topic assignment. The next thing you can do is click on your avatar, go to Activity. This will give you a list of all your activity in Flipgrid, including your achievements, how many groups you've created, topics created, total responses, videos this week, and total views. And then you can actually go through all of your submissions down here too, all of your comments, all of your achievements. So it's everything all in one place. Underneath your avatar, there's also mixtapes. Mixtapes are a great way to share a list of videos that may or may not be related to one topic. To create a mixtape, you click the plus button, give it a title. You can give it a description if you need to describe what the mixtape is about. It creates this join code up here. This join code is what you will give to people so that they can watch your mixtape videos. You can make it password protected so that anybody that has that password can go in and watch your videos. This is a good idea to do if you're going to share student videos with families so that people who are not family members won't be joining the mixtape videos. Then after adding all your information about the mixtape, you're going to click the blue Create Mixtape button. And now I've got an empty mixtape ready to go. I go back to my groups. Then I can either go to a group and pull up a topic, or I can go straight to my topics here, click on the topic, find the student submission, and then down here with the 3 dots, add to mixtape. Then you can create a mixtape fresh, or you can add it to one of your mixtapes, or more than one mixtape. Then click the add button. Show off your students' work, show off their videos, that your kids have worked hard to create these. Under your avatar, you can also view your achievement. Flipgrid gives you little trophies, little badges for completing different types of things in Flipgrid, which is kind of cool. And then the last thing is Gridpals. Gridpals are a way to connect with fellow Flipgrid educators. So you can see who else is out there and how they're using Flipgrid. You're automatically marked as hidden. If you make yourself active, that means that other people will be able to search for you. You can choose a different photo if you want. You can write about who you are and what you teach. Give people something to look at when they search for you. Choose your community, your subject, and then you can enter a location if you want. Maybe just put Albuquerque so it's not too specific. I don't know if I would try to put, anything more than that. Then when you become a Gridpal, you can put your social media communications on there and then click Become a Gridpal. Once you are active, you'll see these little plus signs are all of the Flipgrid educators across the country. So since I put down Albuquerque, it's marking the Southwest as my location. So I can see that there are 42,000 Gridpal educators on the map. So then you can use the search tool down here to search for people who might be in a related field or teach the same grade level as you. So if I wanted to look for high school English teachers, now I've got a list of other teachers who teach the same subject as me. If you find anybody that looks interesting, you click on their name, you can read about them, and you can send them an invite. So this is Flipgrid's version of social media and making friends with the people that you work with. The last thing to consider as you're looking at using Flipgrid with your students is that once you have finished moderating your videos and they become available for students, and here is the student view of this class and this assignment. Now that this video is available, students will be able to comment on each other's videos if you've set that up in the settings for the topic. So just make sure when you're setting up your topics, you know your students, you know what works for them, that if this video is available and they can comment on it, that they're doing so appropriately. So students would then watch the video and be able to comment either through text or through video, just like the teacher did if it's set up in the settings. Students can also like each other's video with the heart button. And then they can see whatever videos are down here. Right now, this one says private and it says great video because I'm the one who made the video. I'm the one who gave the comment. If you, the teacher, give a private comment to a student's video, other students will not be able to see it. Students, however, cannot do private comments. Comments from students will be moderated, so then you will have to go in and approve the comments because this topic is moderated. So if you decide that's too much work and you don't feel like you need to moderate their comments, you can always go back into the topic, go back to the three dots, edit the topic, go to settings, and change it from moderated to not moderated. And then, of course, just make sure you click the update topic button when you're done. All right, that's everything there is to know about Flipgrid. I hope you enjoy using it with your students and get them engaged and active in the classroom.